In this video, you're going to learn about the movie clip symbol in Flash. And the movie clip symbol is very important because what it allows you to do is to create an animation on one timeline that gets nested in an animation in another timeline that can be nested in a third timeline, and so on and so forth. So it makes it a lot more versatile. Remember though that anytime you want to put a motion tween though, you actually have to make it a symbol first, whether it is a graphic or movie clip. Okay, so we're going to start off here by creating a sun. I'm going to use my oval tool and I'm going to have no stroke and I'm going to have kind of an orange sun. Since we have a yellow bumblebee, I'm going to use an orange sun. This time I'm going to draw in object drawing mode, and I'm simply going, oops, I need to make a new layer first. And I'm going to make a perfect circle. And remember that in order to make it a circle and not an oval, I have to hold the shift key. Okay, so there is my sun, or at least part of it. I do want to have some rays coming from the sun. So I am going to use my rectangle tool. It's going to be the same color. And I'm going to make a rectangle. And I'm going to use my align panel to align center right here. Horizontal. And that one should be about in the middle. Okay, and it is approximate right now. What I want to do there, though, is I'm going to need to use my selection tool because I need to, whoops, and I may need to actually move it off to do this so I can see it. I need to reshape it so that it's a triangle and it's got one point there. Okay, so I'm going to move this. Actually, let me go ahead and move my sun down a little bit. I'm going to move this and let me do view snap to objects. That's going to help me as well there because it's going to help me snap that onto the sun. Okay, now I want to actually duplicate and rotate this. So if I use my free transform tool, I can move this little pivot point all the way down here to the center of the bottom. Okay, now if I edit copy and then I want to do edit paste in place. Edit copy, edit paste in place. Okay, so copy of course is Command C, but paste in place is different. It is enter Command C. And now I can rotate. Oops, I lied. That didn't work. Oh, V, not C. I didn't mean to say that. I know better. And you're going to rotate that around a little bit. Okay, and we're going to continue this process until we have rays going all around the sun. So I'm going to copy again, Command C, and then I'm going to Shift Command V, that pasted, and then I'm going to rotate. Okay, Command C, Shift Command V, and you are just estimating the space in between. It may not be perfect. That's okay. Keep repeating this process. Until it goes all the way around. And last one there. Okay, I think that's a pretty good looking sun. So I'm going to select all the parts. I'm going to modify, convert to symbol. Okay, now I could, actually I'm going to go ahead and make this sun, and I'm going to call it MC because of movie clip, and then I'm going to call it sun. And the reason is because you cannot name things the same even if they're different types of symbols. So this is going to be a movie clip, named sun with a center registration point. Click OK. Here it is. Now if I double click on this and go inside of it, you can see right here I'm inside a movie clip. You can see the movie clip here. Now if I wanted to put a motion tween here on this timeline, this also has to be a symbol, and we can clearly see that it's not. It's a bunch of drawing objects, right? So with them selected, I can go to Modify, Convert to Symbol. This one is going to be G for graphic, sun. Whoops. Oh, and you also have, this pops up with Flash, which is handy. Yes, I'm going to allow it to do the automatic save. I'm making it a graphic. I'm going to click OK, and now it's a graphic. If I look in my library, I have a graphic sun and I have a movie clip sun. Okay, so you need to realize the difference. Now, the reason I made the graphic is because I want to put a motion tween here. I want to make my sun rotate. Okay, so I am going to create motion tween. And remember, I can control click on the object or down here. Okay, either place. It automatically puts it at 1 second, whatever your frame rate is. Mine is at 24 frames per second. If yours is not, you need to change it to 24. And if I go to my properties, I am going to do, whoops, I have to put my cursor in the movie clip. I'm sorry, not in the movie clip, in the motion tween here on the timeline. If I click anywhere in that motion tween, this is what my properties looks like. I want it to rotate 1 time. Clockwise is fine. So, okay, that's actually spinning kind of fast, right? But that's fine. And now, if I go back here, if you can see in scene 1, there's still only 1 keyframe. Okay, and that's because this is on a timeline of its own. So if I go to scene 1 and I hit return, nothing plays. But if I were to go to Control Test Movie, it is playing. Okay, now because this is a symbol, it's a movie clip, okay, I can put a motion tween on this too. I can make this go across the screen. Actually make it go off the screen. Okay, and maybe 1 second is a little bit too slow. Maybe I want to put, I don't want to drag the whole thing. I just want to drag that movie clip or that keyframe. Let's say I want it to go 100 frames. Okay, again, there it goes across in 100 frames. Notice that the movie clip wasn't playing though. That's because it's on an independent timeline. In order for me to see that play, I have to make my Swift file. Okay, now my sun is spinning awfully fast, I think. So I'm going to go back into that sun and I'm actually going to make this last 100 frames too. That way it spins a little bit slower. Okay, and I'm going to go back to scene 1. Now I'm going to name this layer sun because there's a motion tween on it. I'm going to lock it because we can't put anything else on that layer. Otherwise, it's messed up. It won't work. Okay. So you may notice that your bee makes a brief appearance and then it seems to disappear. Well, it doesn't really disappear. It's just that it's only lasting one frame, which is 1/24 of a second. This is lasting pretty much 4 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to insert a frame, not a keyframe. Remember, a keyframe means that something is taking place. We don't want anything to take place here. We simply want to extend the amount of time that it lasts. So I'm going to insert frame. That can be with F5, it can be from the insert menu, or it can be right-clicking. Notice the difference between frames and keyframe. So you see the keyframe there, and then there is just the amount of time. Now, if you play it, the sun goes across and the bee stays put. Go ahead and make sure that you Command S to save what you have, and you can go on to the next lesson.